This is Charlie King, Director of Instruction here at Reynolds Plantation, and I want to talk to you about 5 physical checkpoints that you should use to determine the things that your swing can and can't do and the adjustments that you need to make for that. The first one, we put our arms across our chest like this, across our shoulders, and we turn our upper body without turning our lower body. So we get separation between the upper and the lower. So when I do that, my shoulders will turn about 40 or 45 degrees. What that means is that for my backswing, I need to go ahead and let my hips turn. A person who could do this test and get their shoulders to 60 or 70 degrees, they can restrict their hips on the backswing. So we hear a lot of that in instruction now, that we should restrict our hips only if you have a lot of turn in your upper body compared to your lower body. The second thing I want you to do is, again, I'm going by a right-handed person, left-handed, just do the opposite, is your trail arm. In the case of a right-handed golfer, it's the right arm. You want to see, okay, you get your arm at 90 degrees, like you're taking oath, and then how much will that arm bend back without bending your back? So if it'll bend a little bit back, then that's good. That shows that when you start down, you're going to be able to get the club on plane. But if your arm goes like this and it won't bend back, then we need to make an adjustment. A lot of times we'll maybe pull the right foot back to get your club to come more from the inside. Sometimes that person will get them to kind of stick their elbow behind them a little bit on the way down. So we can make adjustments for that. The next thing you need to look at is you take the golf club and you make a backswing with your right arm, and then you bring your left arm up to meet the club. This shows how much your arm will come across your chest. So if it comes across easily, then your golf swing can get to parallel at the top. But if you are thicker in the chest and your arm gets to here, all that means is that you should have more of a 3/4 type golf swing. So it determines the length of swing for you. The next thing, you want to check your wrist. Will your wrist hinge easily? So if your wrist does this, that's pretty normal. Some people have a lot, somebody like a Sergio Garcia that you see so much wrist hinge, I mean, their wrist will come down to here. So when you see those pictures, if your wrist will go to there, you can't quite get to what Sergio does. And that's okay. You need to get to the maximum that you can do. And then lastly, we want to check about touching our toes. So we get here and we check, we go to touch our toes. And then that determines, when you're in your posture, your hamstring tightness will determine if you can stay in your posture or if it feels so tight that you kind of raise up to get past the discomfort. So those 5 keys will help you understand some of the physical aspects and how we adjust based on that. It's not the same for everybody. It's not a cookie cutter approach. And we want you to take that test and figure those things out. Go to newrulesgolf.com for more information.